All right, my friends. So, Labor Day, happy Labor Day to y'all. I was out and about this morning, went to the golf course, hung out a little bit, work on my short game. But I finally was able to find 2023 Wave 2 in Walmart near me. I don't know what took so long. I found Wave 4 before I found Wave 2. There was a sprinkling of Wave 3 in there. It was, I mean, those iron or metal bars were full. At least, 20, 25 cars there. But yeah, let me show you Wave 2. And I basically got a complete set of all 9 cars. You got Truex's Interstate batteries. You got Brad Keselowski's King Hawaiian car, very sharp. And again, this is the EL mold. It's not the J junk mold. It's the EL mold. So I think Wave 2 is a terrific mold, terrific wave for that matter. You got Kimi Räikkönen's number 91. That's here. Very sharp Chevy. Eric Almirola's Smithfield. It's funny, I picked up some Premium Delights lunch meat from Smithfield. They had turkey and ham. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Smithfield's not a bad company. They produce some good food. And then I thought this was really cool. Here's Josh Berry, Tire Pros, but it's got this cool looking design on it. Kind of like a little cartoon character on the hood. Pretty sharp. Maybe this is a Darlington throwback. I'm not 100% sure. I see the rims have the white Goodyear. But, yeah, that's a sharp little Xfinity car. And then, of course, you've got Chase Elliott's Hendrick Cars truck with the Napa on the truck bed. It's a sharp truck. Very rare to see a truck in a NASCAR Authentics line. And I don't know about you guys, something about purple cars, maybe it's because Crown Royal sponsored Matt Kenseth and that deep metallic purple was just a beautiful looking car. But Yahoo's sponsored Christopher Bell's number 20, purple, white. That's a really sharp looking car. Nice to find that in an Authentic series. Really sharp looking car there. Good collector car. And then you've got Ryan Blaney's. I think I had this before. This was one of the cars I saw before. Body armor. White with the red spoiler. Very sharp. Again. And then Daniel Suarez's Slam number 99. Another beautiful car. I don't even think I'm going to crack any of these open. I think I'm going to, I've got plenty of donor cars around here, so I think I'm just going to put this complete wave up on eBay, see if somebody would be interested in buying the full wave. But yeah, finally found Wave 2. Pretty excited about that. Alright, let me give you a quick update on what's going on in the toy shop, and we will put an end to this video. Hold on just a second. Alright, not a whole lot has changed since I did a video the other day. I'm still putting some coats of sealer on this Chad Fincham, and I'm probably going to mount this thing and list it on eBay tonight. Yeah, I showed you that back here in the other video. It is what it is. Just sometimes you end up with a not so perfect car. And again, what I was trying to do was I was done with the car, but there was a little gap, and I was trying to repair that little gap and shift the decal around. And in my desire to repair, I screwed it up. And sometimes, sometimes you just need to leave it be. It's less than perfect. But I was trying to make it more perfect and jacked it up. So it is what it is. Alright, I'm working this Baja Blast. It's a full wrap car, and I'll be maybe working on that later today. I've got a few other things to do around the house. Let me show you what else I got, Bob. I've got your number 23 Allegiant. Chase Elliott. Got this truck here. I put some JB Weld here to get this back together, but I've got that in the works, that truck from his 2017 Martinsville win. I also have the Chase Elliott GMS Fabrication, his 2018 Darlington red car, number 23. Again, this is the JB Weld, so letting it sit there. I'm also working up this gold Fantasy Twix Kyle Busch Rowdy car. Got that there. And then I've got a couple of these J molds of next gen cars. I figured I'm going to build this McLaren number 8 with it, as well as this Landon Castle Fox Nation with that J mold, and I'm just going to call it the junk mold because that's about what she is. And then I've got a couple of these that I'm going to work by request. 88 Alex Bowman of Special Ohio State University, one of a kind there. Doug, I've got a couple cars over here for you to make, or to make for you, some nationwide cars of Matt Kenseth, and then I'm going to make this M&M's donor car and build another fantasy Kyle Busch, Rowdy Busch Toyota. So yeah, that's what's going on in the workshop today, guys. I hope you have a blessed Labor Day. I want to close this video with a verse of scripture, so hold on just a second. Let me get my Bible and I'll be back. All right, let's take a minute. So the last few months I've been reading through Genesis and Exodus chapter a day, and I just finished this morning Exodus chapter 40, and I'm now going to move back to the, I'll say back, but I'm going to move to the New Testament in my daily reading. I usually like to read in the morning, take a chapter, I'll read it out of my Bible. Sometimes I'll just listen to it with my eyes closed and just try to, concentrate as I'm reading. But it occurred to me the other day, I was on a walk and just kind of, de-stressing a little bit. And it occurred to me how some of what's written in the Old Testament, and even some of the things that we see and experience in the lives of other people, we sometimes question God, like, what is he doing? And we only see sometimes just our little perspective of a difficult circumstance or of a trial that somebody's going through that we may think is a little harsh or a little rough, more than they can handle. But God sees the full picture. And some of what happens in the Old Testament and what we read about is for our benefit here today in 2023. So I was thinking of Romans 15 and verse 4, where it says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patient and comfort of the Scriptures might have hope." It's amazing to me to think that as I was reading through Genesis and Exodus, what was happening to Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, Noah, and then you go to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and all of the children of Israel, the 12 tribes, and then you go to the book of Exodus and Moses and Aaron and Miriam, and then Joshua comes onto the scene in Exodus, the next leader of the nation of Israel. And all these different trials and difficulties and troubles came to these people. Yeah, they learned a lesson, but it was also written down for our learning. And I was just amazed thinking about that when I'm reading, I am partaking in God's training program so that I might learn. Learn what? You ask. That we, it says, and Paul's writing to the Romans here, so they 2,000 years ago learned this stuff, that we through patience, and that's our endurance, to abide under, under pressure, under the weight, We have to endure. We have to abide under and comfort, it says, of the Scriptures, might have hope. The goal of all that has happened in the Old Testament for us today, right? That's all we can think about right now is us today, is that we might have hope. That God is doing a work. And we may not see the full picture. We may only see a little bit and wonder, what are you doing, Lord? But we have to have patience. And God, through the Scriptures, gives us comfort, encourages us to continue on that fight, to live godly and have hope. So God bless you guys. I know life sometimes treats us poorly, but God has a plan. We just need to trust Him through it. Sure, it's okay to question. It's okay sometimes to maybe get a little agitated with God and wondering what He's doing, but don't stay there. Come back away from that and lovingly, humbly trust Him that He's got a plan. We may not see the full picture, but He's got a plan. He's working it. And He's trying to teach us endurance and give us comfort so that we might have hope that through the end of our days here on this earth, we will spend eternity with the Father in all His glory. We just need to endure and learn through the experience and trials of others and grow in our walk and be an example to those that come after us in the next generation for God's glory. All right, guys, God bless. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.